one of the traditional games that has been played in Malaysia for a very long time. There are many types of WoW and each named according to the shape of its tail. In this study, we will focus on WoW Kucing, which is one of the types of WoW that has been considered as the national kites in Malaysia. WoW Kucing is said to get its name from its shape, which resembles a cat sitting from the back corner, starting from the head, body and then the tail. WoW Kucing bow is said to make a special sound as it's releasing a screeching, high-pitched sound similar to sound made by cats as it's flown into the sky. In making a WoW, bamboo is used for the frame and the designs are traced on a tinted and shiny glazed paper and then glued to the bamboo frame. WoW making and flying have been a source of income to many Malay communities and it has a great impact on tourism in Malaysia. It is one of the major tourist attractions in Malaysia with several national and international kite flying competitions. This competition has brought a very positive socio-economic impact to the immediate communities in Malaysia. For the design, the tone carving motif used on WoW Kucing is a flower and plant motif. The designs are normally flowers and vines which signifies women and men. The designs have a very deep meaning, which the flowers were drawn from the side and back to represent the shy and reserved personality of women, while for the vines, the more men during the vines, the more twists and turns in someone's life. In the center of the WoW is a large central flower called the Ibu or Mothers of All Life and is a very important element in WoW. WoW game arrival in Malaysia is uncertain validity date and origin, but according to Clive Hart, a historian, a kite in Malaysia come from China as the design and character are similar to the traditional kite in China. Meanwhile, the word WoW is said to derive from the word Thailand as the state of Kelantan, Perlis, Terengganu and Kedah use this word. It is said in the older days, farmers used WoW as a sort of flying scarecrow to ward off birds from their paddy fields, and the sounds made by the WoW was said to lull the children to sleep so that they can work without any disturbance. Playing WoW is one of the hobby population in rural areas, especially in Kelantan and Terengganu. WoW also usually used in a district and national competition, and one of the most well-known competition is the Kelantan International Kite Festival. For the size, a WoW can come in various sizes and can be as big as 3.5 meter in height and 2.5 meter wingspan. But in this study, we will use the standard size for most of the types of WoW, which are around 1.7 meter in height and 1.4 meter in length.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Without further ado, I will proceed to part B, which is the geometry. WoW Kucing is said to get its name from its shape, which resembles a cat sitting from the back corner, starting from the head, body and then the cat's tail. However, it is actually a combination of various shapes that fits the condition in geometrical shape. The geometrical shape that we can observe is rectangle. WoW Kucing has rectangle shaped waist. It is kind of a little bit slim but still plays an important role in balanced flight. Therefore, even that the waist is slightly curved at the end of the top and bottom, but in this study, we assume it to be a rectangle. By the definition, rectangle is a parallelogram that has a right angle 90 degrees. The opposite sides are parallel and equal to each other. The height for the rectangle is 0.2 meter, while the width of the rectangle is 0.15 meter. The perimeter can be written as P equals to A plus B plus C plus D. Thus, P will be equals to 0.7 meter. Then, to find the area of the rectangle, the formula given is A equals to L times W, where L is the length of the height and W is the width of the base. Therefore, A will be equals to 0.03 meter squared. As we neglected the curve at the end of the top and bottom part, so there might be a difference between our calculation and the exactly one. In order to get the precise answer, we may find area bounded by the hyperbola using integration method with respect to y. The second geometrical shape is semicircle. For the tail of WoW Kucing, the frame is formed according to a semicircle. Basically, semicircle can be defined as a half of circle that is formed by cutting a whole circle into two halves along the diameter line. The semicircle has only one line of symmetry, which is the reflection symmetry. In addition, since the semicircle is half of the circle which has 360 degree, the arc of the semicircle always measures 180 degree. The radius r for this semicircle is 0.5 meter and the diameter is 1.0 meter. Next, we are going to find the value of its circumference by using the formula C equals to 2 pi r over 2. So, substitute the r value in the formula. We will get 0.5 pi meter. From this, we can determine the perimeter. Perimeter is defined by P equals to D plus C. If we calculate P equals to 1.0 plus 0.5 pi, we will get 2.570796 meter as the answer. Moreover, we also may find the area of the semicircle by using A equals to pi r squared over 2. Substitute the r value in the formula, so it will be equals to 0.125 meter squared. That is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. For my part, I will explain about two geometrical shapes on structure of wall Kucing, which is shape of triangle and ellipse. Then the concept of geometrical shapes apply to that object. Okay, first is triangle. As we can see, there is a shape of triangle at the head of wall Kucing. For geometrical concept, these features of the head is isosceles triangle, which two sides known as leg have equal length and the other side is as a base. The vertex angle for head is 30 degree. To measure the sum of interior angle of the triangle, we use the formula S equal to n minus 2 times 180 degree, where n equal to 3. Hence, the total interior angle of the head is 180 degree. Thus, the remaining angle is 150 degree. Since it is an isosceles triangle, then the base angle have equal measure of angle, which is 75 degree each. Next, for the area, it can be measured by using formula area of triangle, which is A equal to 1 over 2 BH, where B equal to the length of base and H equal to height. The height of the head is 0.4 meter and the length of base is 0.15 meter. Thus, by substituting the value into the formula, the area for the head is 0.03 meter square. For perimeter, since the length of the leg called hypotenuse is unknown, it can be found by using the formula sin theta equal to O over H. So just solve the formula by substituting the value and we get hypotenuse is equal to 0.41 meter. Thus, the perimeter is equal to 0.97 meter. The next geometrical shape is ellipse. It can be seen at the wing of wall Kucing. Actually, it is not the exact ellipse shape, but still can assume it to be like ellipse shape since it is symmetry and looks like ellipse by neglecting the vertex at each side of the wing. For standard size, the width of the wing is 1.4 meter and the height is 0.6 meter. Hence, to find the area of the wing, we can use formula for area of ellipse, which is A equal to pi AB, while A is the width of wing in x-axis and B is the height of wing in y-axis. Since the value of A is 0.7 meter and B is 0.3 meter, then just substitute the value into the formula and the area is 0.66 meter square. However, it is not the exact area since we neglect the vertex at the side of wing, but still can approximate the area. Lastly, for perimeter, the standard length of wing is 1.4 meter for each below and above of the wing. Thus, the perimeter is 2.8 meter. I think that's all from me and we proceed.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So without wasting any time, I would like to proceed with the last part for the part B, which is transformation in motifs and patterns. Motifs and patterns. As we know, each wow mostly has a common motifs and patterns, which are floral and fauna motifs. Meanwhile, wow Kucing only focus on floral motifs. The motifs and the pattern that are used in this study is daun pokok ulat bulu. Pokok ulat bulu is known as a Malay traditional herb as it has a lot of uses such as source of vegetables, treating wound and itchiness, and also can be found anywhere. Most of the wow makers are inspired by the herbs as it is widely used in Malay culture and it holds the concept of nature. Transformation. Transformation geometry is a part of geometry that involves about change in location and presentation based on images and matrices. There are a few types of transformation, which are translation, rotation, and reflection. In an artistic material, transformation geometry can visualize motifs and patterns in an attractive and creative way. In this study, only two types of transformation geometry that are involved, which are translation and reflection. For translation, the definition of translation, or also called as slide or shift, specifies that the point of the object is moved in the same direction and for the same distance for every point of the object. From the figure, we can see that both of the motifs have same in shape and size and same in distance. Thus, we can assume that there exists a shifting process from one motif which is in yellow circle to the other motif which is in the red circle, or the vice versa, where it involves both vertical shifts and horizontal shifts, as the initial motif is not aligned to its image neither vertically nor horizontally.
My name is Nurul Atikah Binti Muhammad Nasir, metric number di 2019209203. Reflection is the transformation of an object by creating a mirror image of it on the other side of a given line symmetry. The original object is called the pre-image and the reflection is called the image. The wall Kucing is one of the design that's using transformation concept, which is reflections. We can say that wall Kucing is a reflection symmetry. Reflection symmetry is a type of symmetry where one half of the object reflects the other half of the object, which is also known as mirror symmetry. So here, I show the shape of wall Kucing with central dividing line, which is the vertical line of symmetry. When the wall Kucing drawn on the graph is symmetric with respect to the y-axis. The transformation of the point can be written as S in bracket xy, S prime in negative xy. It shows the S reflected to the S prime, and the S and S prime have the same shape and size, but the figure face in opposite direction. From the top of the wall Kucing, it is an isosceles triangle with sides that equal to each other and it have vertical horizontal symmetry. If the left part flip to the other side, we can see two parts match exactly. That's we call as reflection symmetry. Same goes to the other shape, semi-ellipse, rectangle and quarter circle reflected. It will form an ellipse, rectangle and semicircle respectively. Looking at the motif and pattern, the motif used are flora and fauna. This pattern also applies the same concept of transformation, which is reflections. The point R is the pre-image and the point R prime is the image. The line connecting the point on the original shape with the same point on the picture is perpendicular to the line of the mirror. It also has the same distance from the point R and R prime to the line of symmetry. So we can conclude that wall Kucing is one of the well-known artistic material in Malaysia culture. This can be seen in the form of pattern and design available on the wall. The geometrical shapes and concept can be seen in the component structure in wall Kucing. Based on the motif and pattern, we also can summarize that the design used in wall Kucing, which are flora and fauna term, is really unique as they illustrate Malaysia tradition groups. The application of the transformation geometry in designing wall Kucing makes the design more creative. That's all. Thank you.